Hey, this is Mr. Wynn, and today's video will be about linear relations and functions. First, know that if a line is straight, it's called a linear relation. If it's not straight, it's nonlinear. A linear equation has no operations other than addition, subtraction, and multiplication of a variable by a constant. The variables may not be multiplied together. I'll do that in red. Or appear in the denominator. And it does not contain variables with exponents other than 1. And again, the graph is always a straight line. So on the left side, linear equations, 4x minus 5y equals 16. That's good. X and y have the first power. They're not multiplied together. The second one, x equals 10, is a straight line. That's a vertical line. Y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1. X and y have the first power, not multiplied. That's good. And y equals 1/2 x. That's just a linear line. Over here, this one is bad because y has an exponent of 2. This one is bad because it's square root of x. That's not allowed. This one's bad because x and y are being multiplied. And this one's bad because x is on the denominator. It's 1 divided by x. You can't do division by a variable. So we have some examples. State whether each is a linear function or not and explain why. The first one is fine. We have y or f of x and x to the first power, no multiplied, nothing on the bottom. We're good. B is bad because x is on the bottom. Cannot do division by a variable. C is bad because we have x and y being multiplied. Can't multiply the letters. D is bad because we have the variable on the bottom of a fraction. And E is good because x and y, or g of x, is its first power. No x is on bottom, not being multiplied together. Alright. Also, you need to know about standard form. It's ax plus by equals c. There are 3 conditions. I'll just write them in my own words. Condition 1 is you cannot have any fractions or decimals. So no fractions or decimals. Condition number 2 is the GCF of all 3, of A, B, and C, must be 1. What this means is they all can't have something that divides them. If I had 2, 4, 6, I'd have to divide everything by 2. And the last condition, and probably the most important one, would be A must be positive. If you follow those 3 conditions, you should be good. Alright, so example 2, write each equation in standard form, then identify A, B, and C. For A, I see the fraction, negative 3 over 10, x equals 8y minus 15. I need to get rid of the fraction, so y'all know to multiply both sides by 10. Well, this 10 and this 10 cancel, so I have negative 3x equals, over here I have to distribute 80y minus 150. Alright, I need x and y on the same side with the number next to x, a, positive. So I'm going to move this negative 3x to the other side. So now I have 0 equals positive 3x plus 80y minus 150. And only x and y can be on the same side. The constant c has to be by itself on the other side. So I'll move that by adding 150. Adding 150. So 150 equals 3x plus 80y. If you want to reverse that and write it with the thing on the left, 3x plus 80y equals 150, that's fine as well. Either one's fine. They both meet all 3 conditions, so that's the answer. It also says, tell me what A, B, and C are. A is positive 3. B is positive 80. C is positive 150. Alright, B, same thing. There's a GCF. All of them can be divided by 3. So I'm going to divide the whole problem by 3, just everything. So that gives me a single x minus 2y minus 3 equals 0. X and y have to be on the same side, which they are. A has to be positive, which it is. It's positive 1. But c needs to be by itself. I need to move that -3. I'm going to add 3 to both sides to get x minus 2y equals +3. That's the answer. That's standard form. So identify a, b, and c. I'll just write it here. A next to x is +1. B next to y is -2. And c by itself is +3. Alright, in the last part, be able to graph a line from standard form. You only need 2 points, basically the x and y intercepts. So standard form has its benefits. One of them is to find the intercepts very easily. So for example 3, find the x and y intercepts of that. That's not in standard form yet. I need to move the 8. So if I subtract 8 to both sides, I get 2x minus 3y equals -8. Now that's in standard form. To find the intercepts, we do what we call the cover-up method. You just ignore the letters and solve whatever's left. So if I want the x-intercept, I'm going to ignore this y part. So I'm going to block this out, pretend like it doesn't even exist. And what's left is the equation I solve. I just have 2x equals -8. If I solve that, just divide by 2, I get x equals -4. I know my x-intercept is -4, 0. To find the y-intercept, I do the same thing. I ignore the x part. So I'm going to move this to cover the x. What's left is what I solve. I have -3y equals -8. I solve that by algebra. Just do division. Divide both sides by -3. And that y equals +8/3. I'm going to leave that fraction. So the y-intercept is 0, 8/3. Last part is graphing it. Just we sketch in algebra 2. I'm going to say -4, 0 is about right here. That's the x-intercept. I'm going to say 0, 8/3. That's almost 3. But right here. And all you do is connect it. If you have 2 points, you connect a straight line. That's your answer. So if you want to label this, you can. -4, 0 and 0, 8/3. Alright, here's the practice problem. Try it. If you get it right, you should be good. Again, this is Mr. Nguyen. Thanks for watching. See you in class.